but I should understand all the workflow. My like
Why? Nothing
after.
is silly, na? You are not understanding, and that is the final word. Okay. So we will try to make you understand, to make everyone understand, and mutual understanding is all over. Okay. So you please ask, ask. Okay.
Okay, I saw your first video how to install this one Oracle, and I have texted in WhatsApp also.
Hmm.
This one, uh, can I share my screen for a bit?
Yeah, sure. You can.
Okay.
Shashi ji have already installed the Oracle, na? Shashi ji.
हाँ ओरेकल इंस्टॉल किया है मैंने।
You can see my screen.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay. Now, as per the video, I have installed this Oracle database RDMS,
Yes.
and in the video you showed you went here and you showed you have to open this one Oracle database,
Hmm. Hmm.
and you have to this one
Start
start
database.
database.
Hmm.
Like, why you need this thing? I didn't understand what is the purpose of this one.
Actually, see, the Start database means database is a software that has been installed in your computer. Okay, so
Okay.
Start database is a service which will activate that software in background. Okay.
Okay, in this one I can't work this one.
No, no,
Java I
no.
can't.
You can work on this work in this one. This is a command line. Okay, but you do not need to work on this command line interface. Okay, for
Okay, for
that
Java.
you have some other options that
GUI.
GUI that has already been shown on that video. And if you please continue, just close it. And I can say you that every time, okay, every time you do not have to start the database because that database has been auto started. Okay, there is a setting behind that. So whenever your
Okay.
computer is started, your database is already been started. So you just
Okay,
go to that folder again.
this one, right?
No, no,
One
no,
sec.
that menu coming from the, oh yeah, that's one. But you have just opened
Okay.
this one, login. You have did it.
Yeah, I did,
Yeah.
but my doubt is
Hmm.
Java also can I execute in this one only, or
No,
Java should
no,
I install other?
Java is a programming language which has no relation with Oracle. Oracle
Oh,
is a different. I have already shared you how to install Java and everything. There was a video also how to install Java step by step. Although audio was not there, but I wrote everything separately. Okay,
okay.
so
I thought this one in this database itself we can run the Java. I thought like that,
no,
so
no, no,
thought
no,
of
no,
checking with. Okay,
no, no,
and
no.
one thing.
Yeah. See, one thing, Java is a programming language, okay, and database
Mhm.
is a different software which will related with the data that will be stored, okay. So while we develop an application, we use the programming language that is Java, and to store the data, we use the Oracle, okay. So for
Uh-huh.
application development purpose, you have these two softwares loaded into your computer or machine, okay.
Okay. And one more thing, can you tell me the workflow? Like, if I want to develop one, like you have showed on experiment, you have generated this one table, employee table.
Hmm.
What is the procedure? First, we have to write code, then we have to implement in that application, then we have to develop the application. Huh?
Means
I
which
didn't get that
application?
workflow. I didn't get that workflow.
uh, that database part or Java
Yes,
part?
no, database and Java both are mutually
No, there
mutual to
is
each other. Huh?
no. There is no mutual understanding between database and Java. Those are completely different subjects and different aspects. Okay. So Java
Okay,
is a programming language and Oracle is a database. You have to treat them separately. There is no interconnection between them. Okay.
okay. If I need to develop one web page, is it compulsory to is the like Java is necessary to develop any application?
Java is necessary to develop application Web
Uh-huh.
application, software application, any application, that is a programming language. Okay, but every application need to store a data repository, need a data repository, na? Because every application deals with data, right? Just like
Mm-hmm.
your WhatsApp deals with data, but
Correct.
whatever there your WhatsApp, that interface, that is a program. Okay, so to
Uh-huh.
write a program you need Java, but to store the data or retrieve the data you need a database,
Uh-huh.
right?
Okay, okay.
So these are two different things.
Uh-huh.
Okay, anything
Okay.
else?
Nothing, bro. Got it. I'll stop my share.
Okay, okay, no problem.
Thanks, bro.
So just a minute, এই দরজাটা একটু টেনে দিয়ে যাও। So I'm sharing my screen. Okay, okay, so although this is written RDBMS, I would like to open a Paint to demonstrate. This is not a regular Java discussion, okay? Sashiji and Srinivas also, because you two are
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
regular in Java classes that was taken by the by Sikant Bhai. Okay, this is a separate thing that I am
Okay.
just informing you why Java,
Okay.
why
Okay,
Java.
fine.
Okay, so basically, you know, every programming language has some specific features. Okay, there is a development path. Just listen the story. Okay, there is a development path, na? So from the 40s we have computer. Okay, so from very beginning we have programming language, how to program the computer. Okay, how to develop those applications. Okay, what application will do? Application will serve our regular problems, daily life problems. Okay, so whatever we want to do fast and accurate, we use an application. But the development process of the application was not saturated, or still now it is not saturated. There are lots of researches going along how to write a perfect code. Till now we haven't reached that limit. Okay, perfect code, nobody till today cannot write a perfect code. Okay, so approaches or programming paradigm is there, means how you write a program, a simple program. Suppose there is a simple task. Okay, you have to add two numbers a and b, and you have to find, you have to add two numbers, you have to find the result. Okay, the simple task can be done in different approaches, different ways of performing a particular task is can be treated as a paradigm. Okay, and approaches. So depending on this paradigm or approaches, you have different types of programming languages. That's where coming unstructured programming, structured programming, procedural or function oriented programming, you can say object oriented programming later. And today's discussion, or in Java follows object oriented programming plus structured programming. Okay, object oriented programming and structured programming. Now what is structured programming, what is object oriented programming? Structured programming, you already come to know what is structured programming. Okay, it's a C programming language is a structured programming language. Okay, where every task has been given a name, that is called a function. Okay, and some procedural programming approach, you can say also this is also a procedural programming, where you have different procedures. Okay, structured and procedural programming are same. Okay, there is no difference between that. Okay, object oriented programming is over structured and procedural programming. Okay, you can say object oriented programming is more than structured and procedural programming. And we have discussed details what is object oriented programming and object oriented methodology, and we still continue discussion on object oriented programming. or object oriented methodology in our respective object oriented. What is the name of the subject? Shashiji, we have a subject object oriented
Yes, object oriented and object oriented and
oriented modeling,
modeling.
right? Object oriented
Modeling.
modeling. Okay, so those videos will be helpful for you to understand what is object oriented programming and all those things. Okay, now see here, today's discussion we will just briefly discuss why we need Java, because see, object oriented programming was not new when Java was invented, okay, or incorporated, because the first object oriented programming, you can say, C++. Okay, although C++ is not the first name of the C++. Before C++, there was a programming language called Smalltalk. Okay, and C++, you can say Smalltalk is the ancestor of C++. Okay, it descends from that Smalltalk, but the most successful programming language in object-oriented paradigm was C++. Okay, it was around late 70s and 80s. Throughout 80s, C++ was huge. Okay, lots of work, every application was developed at that time in C++. C and C++ was the ultimate boss in the market. Okay, got it. But at that particular time, what was the necessity of having a new, completely new programming language that is called Java? Okay, obviously there was a reason, and the reason, you know, the reason is your internet. Okay, see, the internet was developed by the American military agencies. Okay, initially it was for the communication for different branches, among
The
different branches of
defense.
US
Defense.
military defense, right? But after that, they found that this technology, if we generalize it in the, if we use it throughout the globe, it will be a huge beneficial things for the human and the mankind. Okay, for the data communication purpose. Okay, so it has been incorporated in our daily life, internet. So as the internet progress, we found that whatever the programming language that time we had, although those were all in object oriented programming language, not all. Okay, the most of the advanced programming language at that time was in object oriented programming language like C++, is not capable of handling the things in the internet arena, or I can say. Okay, why? This is the main point. Why C++ was not capable of handling the things throughout the net, and why Java, and that is the answer of why Java, because C++ was not
Platform.
capable.
Pla
Yeah,
Platform dependent and
platform
Java is
dependent. We have to understand what is platform dependent, and that's the area where I focus. Okay, so the answer to this question, one answer to this question can say, because because C++ was the most ultimate, I said you, the boss at that time. Okay, and it was around 85 onwards, 85 onwards, you can say 90. Okay. Okay, so why Java? Because that time C++ was not capable of handling the things in internet arena. Okay, but why? There is a thing that is called platform dependence. Obviously, you come to know platform dependence. I hope it was discussed in today's class, na?
yes, it was discussed.
Platform
Dependent and
dependency.
independent.
Okay, dependency, DANCY or DANCY. Platform dependency. Okay, I think ENCY. Platform dependency. Okay,
CY.
because of platform dependency, C++ was not capable. Now, what is platform dependency? Now, what is a platform? Platform means, see, we do not have a, since this is a 2-year MCA course, we do not have a significant chapter or subject in our IT industry that is called microprocessor. Okay, microprocessor, that is a core subject for MCA students for 3-year course. And 2-year course, specially this is designed to produce people for application development purpose. Okay, but microprocessor is a core subject of IT, any IT course. Okay, so microprocessor, this is a symbol of microprocessor. We usually write mu. This is a mu p. Okay, mu microprocessor. Now there is something you must know, that microprocessor comes in family. Okay, microprocessor comes in family, means microprocessor is a chip. It will understand a certain list of commands. It will understand a certain list of command, and that list of command varies from family to family. This is a family 1, you can say this is family 2. Okay, this family 1 understand this sort of command, these sorts of command, only these commands, not more than that, not less than that. This family may be an advanced version, have few more commands. Okay, few more commands. Some other family, sorry, 3, will have some larger version of commands. Are you getting it? So microprocessor develops in this way. Probably you have heard that name, family name is categorized at 80, 80, 85, 80, 86. Okay, so these are all microprocessors, means our CPU. Microprocessor means what? That is the CPU, means that Intel i3, i5 you have. No, your computer, your laptop will contain a i5 or i7 or AMD, whatever it is. Okay, so those are all called CPU and microprocessor. Those microprocessor comes in family. Okay, so suppose our Intel processors, today's Intel processor belongs to this family, you can say 8086 family. So all those i3, i5, i7, all processors under this family understand only these sorts of commands. Are you getting the things?
Yes.
All processors, every processor. Suppose this 8086 family, just like we human being, Shashiji, you have a family. Okay, I have a
Yes.
family, and everyone in this discussion have a family. But everyone's family member only listen to that particular member. Na, if I want to make some person from Shashiji's family to command or give some command, so probably he or she will not understand, or he or she will not take me. Okay, just like that, 8086 have several processors under its family. All this command, all these processors will understand these commands only. Okay, it cannot understand
Yes.
the commands from this family until and unless these two families have some common commands. Okay, it always takes place that 8086 contains all the commands from 8085 plus some extra commands, right? So
Yes.
something like that. So some processors from this family will not understand commands from this family. Okay, so that technology is not in our hand till now. Till today we do not have that kind of technology that inter-family communication can be made by any means. Okay, so you understand that each processor comes in the family, and each processor will understand a particular set of command. Okay, this is called set of instruction. What it is
Instructions.
called? Instruction set. Yeah,
Got it.
instruction set for that particular family. Okay, acha. So this is one thing. Now, okay, now see, there is a computer, there is a computer. Inside that computer you have a particular families, say F1 family's microprocessor. Okay, right, and you install a software. We all know that we must load a basic software to run that particular computer, any computer, and that software is your operating system. Na?
Yes.
Okay, operating system. So on this structure, every application will run. Say application 1 run, application 1 run, application 2. Say this is your application 1, A1. This is your application 2. Okay. So application 1 will give the command to the operating system. Operating system will interpret those commands and give it to the microprocessor. It is the responsibility of the operating system. We already know that in our operating system classes. Okay, so operating system processes all the requests from the applications, and it will uh, make arrangement so that this microprocessor do all sorts of tasks and give the reply to the operating system. After receiving the reply, it will return that to the application. Okay, the same thing will happen for A2 also. So every application software, just like this Paint is an application software, it is running on my laptop, and this laptop has the Windows 10 operating system. Under that, it has i3 processor, right? Just give me a minute that so that I can save it. Just okay. So this is the structure. So this thing is called platform. Are you getting the thing?
Yes.
So platform means not only the processor, not only the operating system. You can say platform is a combination of operating system and the processor, or you can say the architecture.
Hardware
So
of
that
both
is
software.
called platform. Now something called platform dependency means what? Platform dependency means something is dependent on this combination. Na?
Yes.
So now going to another thing. See, okay, just leave it here. Now take the consideration of any program written in C or C++. I am taking C++. Say you know test.cpp is the extension. Test is the name of the file and cpp is the extension. Okay.
Plus plus files.
So you know that this cpp file is written in high level language. Na? C++ is a high level language. Okay. Now
Yes.
to make this program, make this code understandable to the computer, means the computer means what? The microprocessor. Na? Ultimately, finally, who will execute those commands?
CPU.
The CPU. Okay. So we have to produce this code to this CPU so that it can understand, right? Now, when you produce this code to CPU, it will obviously not understand because these are all written in English-like language, that is high-level language. So you have to convert this thing into the corresponding machine-level language or low-level language. Okay, and for that purpose, you have the compiler. Okay, now compiler works in three phases basically. Compiler works in three phases. What are those phases? Those phases are called, one is your lexical analysis, number two is syntax analysis, and number three is semantic analysis. Now what is lexical analysis? Lex means the alphabet, a small token, a small piece of the smallest piece of a code. Okay, so all this code has been converted into small pieces of code, and those all small pieces of code has been analyzed whether those are acceptable by the computer or not. So these are the three basic steps of a compiler. Okay, so compiler performs the phase something like that, in this way. So first it will produce an intermediate code. You can say here lexical analysis and both syntax analysis has been done. I am just giving you an idea. Okay, so on this high level language code, on this sometimes referred as source code. Okay, source code. So on this source code, these two analyses, lexical analysis and syntax analysis, has been made. Okay, and this code, you can say, it produce an intermediate code that is called test.obj, you can say something like that, test.obj. Okay, and after that,
Object code.
yeah, you will find the obj is object code, and you can say, means you should know that 3, this step 3, semantic analysis basically to find the meaning of each line, if each code. With that, some more things happen, that is called linking and loading. Okay, so these are different steps. Okay, but compiler performs these steps. I can organize the thing in that way, that the source code, this is called object code, and on object code you are running semantic analysis, which will produce actually the executable code, test.exe, and it is known as, also I am specifying, it is executable code or native code or machine code or okay, native code, machine code, code. Okay, so what is there in test.exe? You can find test.exe
Will
has
have
the low level or machine level language. Okay, so that this microprocessor can understand. Now here is the important point. Okay, so our source code has already been converted from high level to low level or machine level. Okay, and that machine level or low level language code is can be understood by the microprocessor, right? Up to this way. Okay, now I am going to tell you something important. Is it okay? Tell me.
Yes, bhai. Yes, bhai. It's
Okay,
okay.
fine.
It's
Now
fine.
tell
Uh,
me, I told you that every microprocessor understand a particular set of code, na? Right?
Yes. Yes.
Suppose this microprocessor belongs to this family F2. Okay, just think logically. This microprocessor belongs to this F2 family. Now, when I am saying that this code will be understood by the microprocessor, this microprocessor F2 family, then this is obvious that this code is written on this set of instruction. Na? Is it getable?
yes. Yeah.
So, how compiler will know who is converting this code? How compiler will know that which processor is going to run this code? That is a consent that must be taken by the compiler or the system should give in this phase before creating this exe file. Sorry, I have made a mistake. This is exe. Okay, this is a typo. Now what I am saying, before this step 3, before this last step, that is the low level language converting final code, okay, producing the final code, before producing the final code, the compiler, the system must know which which of your family processor, which processor, for which processor you are going to make this final code. Is it gettable?
Yes. It is getable.
Yes.
Yeah, suppose I have I have a few person, okay, few friends. One is your Chinese, another is your Japanese, and another is your, say, suppose Punjabi. Okay. Now I asked you, you have to talk to them. You have to talk to any one of them. But before appearing in front of them, you do not know this language, na? Chinese, Japanese, and Punjabi. I hope you do not know. Okay. So before going in front of them, you must know. You will ask me, okay, in front of which person I am going to, you are going to put me. Will you not ask me? Obviously, you will ask me. That time I will ask you, that time I will inform you that I am going to put you in front of the Punjabi person. Okay, then you tell me, you told me that, okay, just give me 5 minutes. I am preparing a Punjabi language. I am getting a Punjabi language course. Okay, so that I can understand, so that I can make a conversation with that Punjabi person. Right? Something like that.
Yes.
Before producing the final code, the system must know for which family processor it is going to produce the code, and this is called platform dependency. Are you getting the point?
Yeah.
Whatever you listen platform dependency, this means platform dependency. This is the area where this code becomes the platform dependent code, not this source code. Okay, actual platform dependent code is this one, because this is an executable command, this is an executable code, and you are going to deliver to your customer this code. This is your basically the software. Okay, this is the software, this is your program. You produce the executable code and you supply the software to your customer. Suppose you produce this software to a family 1 processor and your customer do not have the family 1 processor, he has a family 2 processor. Okay, so he will not be able to run this software for which he paid you. Are you getting the things? That's
Yes.
why
Yes, bhai. Yes.
that's why we call that C++, C, these are all platform dependent language, because whatever code we write through this language, after compilation, that executable code will run on that particular machine where we compiled that source code. Since we compile this source code in this machine, so this code will run on this type of machine. Wherever it will find this family of processor, it will run only on that machine. Otherwise, it will not run. This is called platform dependency. Is it okay?
Yes, fine.
Okay,
Yes.
fine.
Yes.
Now I am giving you a statement that whenever you are dealing with a compiler, till now I always say that till now, because we don't know what tomorrow will give us. Okay, maybe tomorrow compiler interpreter will not be there in any sense. We have something new. Okay, but till today we have that kind of technology that whenever we use a compiler, it will always produce a platform dependent code. I repeat, whenever we use a compiler, it will always produce a platform dependent code, right? So here I will stop discussing about C++ and C++ compilation. Now we have to discuss, we have to understand why this code, this C++ or C programming language was not successful in internet, and it is now clearly understandable that in internet every computer is connected. In internet every computer is connected. You cannot restrict your program that this program will run on this sorts of computer and no other computer. So that will limited your marketability, that will limit your codes, your software, right? So that's why you may find something that installer, something you want to install. Say suppose you want to install a particular game in your machine. That time you have different types of setup. One setup is for Linux, one setup is for Mac, one setup is for Windows. Okay, so those are different setups because of this reason. Okay, is it okay? So
Fine.
in case
Yes.
of internet, suppose this is you and you produce this code right in C++. Okay, and you upload this source code, this not the source code, you will upload this one name I must write here, target code. It is also named as target code. Now you can understand why it is called target code, because it is targeting a particular specific type of family processor. Okay, now see, uh, once you upload this code into the internet, so only those person who has the same family, they can run the program, otherwise no other computer can run the program. Okay, so that was the reason why C++ was not possible. Is it okay?
Yes.
C++ was not compatible with internet. Now coming to the Java, that is the necessity why we search for another programming language which will be compatible, which will be obviously an object oriented, because object oriented is the latest technology, and at the same time it will not have that platform dependency. Now how we did that? in Java. Now take an example. See, if you have write a small Java code also, you must know that a Java file ends with .java, na? .java. Okay. So this is the source code Java. Okay. Now this Java code need to be compiled again by the Java compiler. What is the name of Java compiler? That is Java C. Okay. So this is the source code, right? High level source code. This is high level. Here is your microprocessor waiting to receive the low level language code. But Java compiler produce this code. Now for the timing, you know that this code is named as bytecode. It doesn't mean that everything written here in bytes. Okay, bytecode is a name given to this. You can relate this bytecode as an object code, intermediate code. This is an intermediate code. Java compiler produce this code. Okay. Now we do not present directly this code to the microprocessor. Okay. But microprocessor, why? Because microprocessor, if I want to present this code to the microprocessor, then I have to write whatever written here in its own instruction set. Na? So we did not do that. Rather, what we did, we put some clever thoughts here. Okay. Okay. First, let me give you the name test.class. So this is called bytecode. Okay. Now I told you that if you use a compiler, then it will always produce a platform dependent code, right? But the involvement of Java is to get rid of that platform dependency. Now in Java, we are again using a compiler, that is a compiler, Java C compiler. So if I use Java compiler, then it will produce a platform dependent code. So this code you can say is a platform dependent code. है ना? This is a dependent, you can say,
Yes.
platform dependent code, right? Then what is the use? Again, this code will not be understandable by all the computers. What is our target in internet?
Then how
Here,
come Java is platform independent?
yeah, that is the question. That is the question. Why Java? Okay. This was discussed in today's class because you have to relate what was there.
I didn't have Java.
Oh, you didn't have. Oh.
I have opted for cyber security, right? So I
Okay.
don't have Java.
Okay, you must continue Sikant's Java class because Java
Yes,
is all
yes.
about, you must know Java. Okay, I told
Ah,
you in the very beginning.
yeah.
Okay,
Yes, yes. Yesterday also I attended
yeah,
Srikanth Boys class.
okay, no problem. Now see, here is an interesting fact that,
Okay.
okay, see the current, we have bound by the technology now. Currently, to translate a source code into a machine code, we have only two things. One is your interpreter, another is your compiler.
Compiler.
Okay, an interpreter comes early. We develop compiler on the basis of some drawbacks of interpreter. Although interpreter have some advantages over compiler, compiler have some advantages over interpreter. Okay, so both are good and both are bad. You can say something like that. Okay, but still we have only those two things. So with those two things, you have to cook everything. Okay, so you are limited by the technology till today. Okay, so see, so since we have the compiler, so we have to compile it. We have to compile the source code. Okay, in that way we are taking the advantages of compiler. So this compiler is compiling the source code to produce the bytecode. Now what is bytecode?
Sorry, sorry for the interruption, bro. Like this one, you said compiler. For this Java, we should install Java compiler, right? We have two compiler, it seems.
Yeah, sorry.
Like we have two compilers, because today morning in the class, sir has mentioned like we have two compiler. One is for C++ and for Java we have Java compiler.
For C++ is a completely different language. For C++, you have to install C++ compiler. For Java, you have to install Java compiler.
Compiler is different from the
C++
C++.
compiler.
Okay.
Okay. So that was the sin with C++ compiler, C++ programming language. Okay. This was for C++ programming language and C++ compiler. Okay. This is for Java programming language, and Java compiler will come to the
Place.
point. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now see, since Java compiler is producing the source code, producing this bytecode from the source code, and I told you that to use a compiler, you must have a consent for which processor it will, on which processor it will run. Only then compiler we can produce the code. Okay. So here we have to tell the Java compiler that you will produce the code for this thing. Just try to understand what I told you right now. Use a compiler, you have to give the consent to the compiler, you have to give the knowledge to the compiler for which processor you are going to produce the executable code, right? So here also you have to inform to the Java compiler for which machine, for which code you are going to means the Java compiler is going to produce this bytecode, or the compilation process will happen on this source code. Okay, you have to inform for which machine. Is it okay? So here,
Yeah.
here we mention to the Java compiler that please convert this source code to bytecode or an executable code. You can say convert this code to executable code for this machine. Now, what is this machine? This
Excuse
machine,
It is a processor.
this is not a
Sorry.
processor. I have encapsulated the processor within some circle. Please.
I think bytecode is common, na?
Common means?
Like it is irrespective of any platform, na?
Yeah, sure. It is irrespective of platform. I am coming to that point. Okay. Now, but I written here that it is a dependent code. It is a bytecode. It is a dependent code because it has been produced by the compiler, right?
If it is common, how come it is
Yeah.
dependent?
I will clear everything.
Okay.
But I am just making you
Ah,
making your brain.
okay, okay,
So
okay.
compiler, we are using compiler. Compiler will always produce a dependent code. Okay, always produce a dependent code, and that code in case of Java it is bytecode. So to form a bytecode, we must give a knowledge to the Java compiler for which machine it is going to produce this code. So I told you, we told the compiler that for this machine, you produce the code. Now what is this machine? This machine does not exist in real life. Okay, this is called a virtual machine. We can term this as
Yeah,
a virtual
okay.
machine. This is not a physical machine, this is a virtual machine. So we, till now we told that compiler, to the Java compiler, that produce the code for a virtual machine. Now what is a virtual machine? Virtual machine does not exist in real life. Okay, now tell me, now I am telling you that virtual machine is nothing. Okay, it is basically a technique through which we simulate the thing that this is a machine, itself a machine, this is an individual, this is a sorry, not individual, what is the term, this is a ideal machine, or this is an universal machine. Okay, now actually virtual machine works something like that. You can say this is a kind of software, this part, okay, this part is a software, this part is a software. This software interact with the microprocessor, and this software has every knowledge how to deal with different families of processor. Okay, so actually your bytecode is understanding your bytecode is understandable by this software. This software is taking handle your bytecode, not the underlying microprocessor. Are you getting from this picture? It may be a
Yeah.
clumsy picture. So your bytecode is not going to presented in front of this microprocessor. Where this bytecode is going to present? To this software. Okay, and this software, since this software is related with Java, we can say this is a Java virtual machine. The technology is virtual machine. This particular software is Java virtual machine. And you know what is Java virtual machine? This is a Java interpreter. This is an interpreter class of software. Interpreter. Now, what is an interpreter? You know that compiler and interpreter. Okay, so
Yes.
interpreter will execute the code line by line. Okay, so
Yes.
what Java compiler is producing the bytecode. The Java compiler is actually producing the bytecode. For whom it is producing? It is producing for JVM or interpreter. So that interpreter can interpret this line to the underlying processor. Are you getting the thing?
Yes.
Is it okay till now?
Yes. Yes. Yes, right.
Okay, fine. Now coming to the last section. Suppose you have family 1 processor, right? Somebody else have family 2 processor. Somebody else have family 3 processor. Okay. Somebody have, after say 50 years, there is a processor, a new technology processor. Okay, maybe something most advanced processor, say F50 processor is there. There also our Java program will run this program. Okay, now see I am taking that. Okay, I am, say I told you that this is a software. Now what is the software? You have to install the software in that particular machine. So how can we use the software? You have to install that particular software in that particular machine. So if you install this software in this microprocessor, this complete machine becomes a Java virtual machine. Can't I say? So
Yeah.
when you install that particular software, means this interpreter software, okay, in this machine, so I can say I can draw a picture like this. So this processor has been shielded by this software, right? Say I install the software here again and I install the software here. Is it okay? Now tell me, if I upload this code to internet, this is internet, okay, symbol, antenna symbol, and if these people download the code, will it not run? Because everywhere this code is been interpreted by this shield. Na?
I think it will run.
It will run because everywhere it will be understand by this shield. Okay, it will first interact with this shield, then it will
Java virtual machine,
Java
right?
virtual machine, that interpreter.
Okay. Okay.
But if this code is been downloaded by this thing, this machine, it will not run here because it do not
There is
install,
no
it did
virtual
not
machine.
there is no virtual machine, right?
Yeah.
So now see, this is a platform, different platform, this is a different platform, this is also a different platform. But every platform install that Java virtual machine, so it will run. Okay. So
Okay.
in this way, Java get rid of that platform dependency level. That platform dependency, Java get rid of that term platform dependency in this particular way. Okay, this class file, this bytecode is written for a particular specific software. Here, in case of C and C++, this code was written for a particular machine, this particular processor. Okay, but here this code is produced for a particular software. Now if you produce this code for a software, then it is very much easy to install the software in my machine, and that code will be understandable by your machine. Okay. Now I am giving you an example, just simple example. Suppose you have a maid.
Why?
Sorry, bolo.
Why Java virtual machine? Why there is no C++ का virtual machine?
C++, see, C++
अब
was
आप
a programming language. Okay,
हेलो
we did not convert that C++ to this paradigm, means this platform independent. We did not think that C++ can be converted to platform independent. Rather, we can develop a completely new programming language. I told you Java was being developed. Initially, I told you also that Java was being developed by a different company. Okay, that was Sun Microsystem. So it was their project. Okay.
yes
Now, if you plan to develop your own software, nobody can stop you. After that, your product is get populated. I mean, means sorry, popular. Then in that way Java was developed. Okay.
okay got it.
Now think in that way. Suppose you have some machines. Say there is a typewriter. You have some printer. Okay, you have some printer. Now you have a say you have a telephone. Okay, you have a telephone in a particular room. Okay, and you have a laptop. You have a laptop. Okay. Now you have a maid at your home, and you told her that go inside the room and clean the laptop, whatever dust over, remove the dust over the laptop. You instruct him, and that maid particularly do not know, never seen a laptop. What is a laptop? So tell me, is it possible for her to remove the dust from the laptop by entering the room? Tell me.
No.
The maid is here. Is it possible for the maid to identify the laptop? You asked her,
No.
just remove the dust over the laptop and the typewriter. Okay, she did not ever in her life have seen
I've
a
seen the
laptop
laptop.
or a typewriter.
Uh,
Okay, so
mm-hmm.
obviously she cannot do the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, now what you do the thing, suppose you cover this with a red cloth,
Mm.
these two things. Okay,
Okay.
not this thing. Okay, you covered these two machines with a red cloth. Okay,
Okay.
now you instruct her
The maid.
that go inside the room and remove the dust over the machine which is under the red cover. Is it okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Then
Now she will do
what
it.
she will do? Entering the room, she will target to the red
The
cover,
red. Yeah.
not the underlying machine in it, right?
Yeah.
And can't I say that this is a virtual machine? That I told
Yeah.
you, red covered machine, red
Huh.
cloth covered machine. Is
Huh.
it a machine? Exists in real life,
No.
but it is also a machine
Okay.
covered with red cloth. So I
Huh.
termed it as a red covered cloth, means red covered machine, something like
Yeah.
that. So this
Huh.
is the concept of virtual machine.
Mm.
Okay, so by entering this room, it will she will target to the red covers, not
Mm.
the underlying machine. So whatever machine beneath it, so she will able to clean those machines. Is it okay?
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Somebody has many background noises.
Mine only. I'll
You,
mute.
okay. Thank you. So this is the concept of virtual machine. Okay, and the same concept. So here, see, there is no platform dependency, there is no machine dependency. Platform dependency is also termed as machine dependency. Okay, so here also it has she is not facing any machine dependency or platform dependency when you cover the machines, respective machine under inside a red cover. So this is the concept applied here also in Java. Okay, So this Java, this bytecode will always target to a software in a particular machine. Now you can tell me, so after writing a code in Java, producing this bytecode, so I need to install this Java software, means this JVM software, to every machine in the world. No, you do not need to do that, because when you install a particular operating system, okay, now in today's operating system, whenever you install a operating system, that Java virtual machine or the Java runtime environment, or you can say it makes the process, underlying process, this operating system by itself, so that the Java code, this bytecode, so this bytecode is understandable, means this JVM, somehow operating system install that JVM for yourself. Is it okay? Whenever you install operating system, JVM has already been installed into your machine. So you know that every machine must install operating system. So for every machine, the machine is ready with Java. Okay. Now where can you run that Java? You cannot run that Java bytecode everywhere in your machine. Basically, they are coming under these browsers. Okay, this Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge. Inside that, they have installed that Java virtual machine or some technique, you can say, so that your bytecode can be understandable, bytecode can be run. Okay, so in this way, Java people remove the tag platform dependency from the language Java, and in this way, bytecode denied to be a dependent code. Okay, obviously, if a machine do not contain this Java interpreter in it, so this code will not run. I can straightforward remove the Java virtual machine from my from my laptop, and my laptop will not be capable of running these bytecodes available in any websites or any application. Okay. Now tell me, this is the reason why we need Java, because C++ was not capable to produce platform independent code. Java was not also able to produce platform independent code because Java was using compiler. Compiler will always produce a platform dependent code, but with the application of this technology, Java virtual machine, okay, we remove the tag, the platform dependency, and hence bytecode we can readily say now that bytecode can be understandable by any machine which install that Java virtual machine or Java interpreter. Just give me 1 minute and give me a reply. I have a call to receive. Just please 1 minute.
Okay, okay, bye.
হ্যাঁ রাজু, না না ঘরে বলো, আপাতত ঠিক আছে এখন, না না ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে, হ্যাঁ কখন একটু মানে কখন কি হবে সে তো বলা যায় না, তো সেজন্য একটু অ্যালার্টে থেকো, এই যা, আর কিছু না। এমনিতে এখন ঠিক আছে, গায়ে ওই র্যাশ গুলো বেরিয়েছিল না, ওই র্যাশ গুলো একটু বেশি হচ্ছে, তার জন্য খুব ব্যথা আর জ্বালা জ্বালা করছে। বলতে পারছি না ওটা, ডাক্তারকে দেখিয়েছি, বলবে আর কি। ঠিক আছে, কালকে আসো, তারপর ডিসকাস করছি, আমি একটা ক্লাসে আছি। ওকে, ওকে, ঠিক আছে। হ্যালো, হ্যালো।
Yes, yes.
Yeah, now tell me, give me a quick reply if you have any doubt.
No doubt, sir. Clear.
You may
Okay.
have doubt, you have to think over it. Okay, you have to think over, you have to see the video, you have to see these diagrams, and you have to rethink the thing.
I have to go through the whole video and then
Yeah,
then
you
only
must
maybe I'll get
because
down.
this is a very important question in case of interview also. Okay, that interviewer may first ask you why Java. You declare that I know Java. Okay, I did lots of project. Then suddenly he can ask you why Java? Don't you know C or C++? That was enough for me. Why should we use Java? So that is a complete discussion. Okay, maybe I can elongate this discussion too far, too deep, but I should stop here so that you can understand the thing properly. If you have any doubt, you can always put a query in the group or personally also. Okay, so will we stop for this discussion? I go beyond 10 minutes.
Yes, bye.
We can move to SQL part very quickly. Tell me, Shashiji and whoever is there in today's meeting.
Clear, bye.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Shashiji, you did some SQL queries. You have any doubts?
Oh, nice, RSG. It is. No, I do not have any. I did not come across with any doubt.
Okay, okay. So should we continue with the SQL part? I have to see up to which part we did. The table creation.
We did with altering the data also, like with the delete, partially deleting the table content, adding one more column.
Acha, means select was not started or select started.
It was done already. The like operator, everything we have done.
Okay, fine. Points to discuss. This one. DDL, DML, DCL, insert, update, delete, primary key, select, like, in, between, null. We completed these things now.
Yes, with the null we didn't. On null and not null. Then all this operator we have done it actually.
Okay, okay. Just give me 1 minute.